How's your weekend going, brother? There we go. I can look at myself now on the internet. What's going on, Josh? Proud winner of a Ratchet. What's going on, Dick? How are you doing, man? How's your weekend going? Winding down. What's up, BSS? How's it going, man? How's everyone's weekend going? I guess it's over now, but hell of a weekend, I think. What was that, Rat? Is a Matco, is it a 1/4 inch or 3/8? I forget. I know I was on the live stream, but can't really remember that. By the way, that live stream last night, my week hasn't even started. That live stream last night was awesome. That was a good time. 1/4 inch Mac. Yeah, put that thing to use. Make a video out of it, man. Christopher, how's it going, man? Another weekend down. That's exactly correct, man. This year is flying by. It really is. Can't believe it's going to be Christmas soon. Guess there's a few holidays before that, Halloween and stuff. Brad's workbench. Can't wait for my prize you said you didn't want to give me. What's going on, Arson Toolsmith? How's it going, man? Actually, I don't know if you're a man or a woman. I just assumed. But Brad's workbench. I'm actually excited for you to use that. Dan the Bagel Man. I'm pissed because there's no fucking bagel content on your channel. Went on a hike with a girl. Oh man, I gotta say I'm actually happy I got married when I did, because I could not I don't think I could date. Josh, I actually I do have room on this. If you want to hop on. Some people can run it through their phone. Some people got to do it through a desktop or a laptop. But I'll definitely throw all dude. All right, I'm glad my assumption was correct. Robert Waters in the house. I unsubbed Dan's channel over that myself. Yeah, no bagel content. Like, it says tools and bagels. And he just talks about how people hate him so much. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? Sorry to bother you. How'd the Eagles do today there, Dan? Were they off, on? Josh, if you want to throw me your email, I can send you an invite out. I'm just not sure, Who are they playing tonight, man? I don't know how to shoot a link without the email. Dave, how's it going, man? I'm doing well. A little tired from last night, but it was a fun time. Eagles are playing Atlanta. Any score on that? All right, let me Belkin, what's going on, my man? How are you doing? Yeah, Roethlisberger disappointed, but I'll tell you what, man. I was not disappointed in Mason Rudolph. Everyday Fleet Tech, how's it going? Junk from work in the house. Dan, you have a lot of people on here that love you, man. Well, let me shoot over to my Instagram real quick. Oh, that's right. You did send it to me. So hold on one second there, Josh. I'm gonna click an invite here. And it is sent off, my man. There we go. I don't even need to use my phone. I can see your chats right there. We'll see if we can get Josh up here. I'm going to go grab beer real quick. So who here listened to that stream last night? I know Junk from work was there because it was on his channel. I don't know how much he heard of it, but it's a good stream, man. It's a very good stream. How many people did you have in there, Junk? Great discussion, great topics. That's right, Robert. When are you gonna are you still doing a channel that will be dedicated to the CNC? Last night was a fun time. Here we go. We got Josh waiting in the wings here. And I'm going to add him to the stream. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going?
Oh, it's not going too bad today.
That's good. It's always a good thing, right?
Yeah, it's usually how it goes.
How's YouTube going?
Not going too bad. I've been trying to kind of figure out, okay, what people want me to do videos of. I mean, I just got this finally back from a friend of mine that was borrowing my Milwaukee 3/8 thing here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, yeah, I finally got that back out of them. So, yeah. Never lend tools to friends.
Oh, man, it's the worst, right?
I've learned my lesson.
Because you always want to be like, you can give it back whenever you want. And then they, like, keep it for a couple months. And you're like, I need that back.
It happens to me all the time.
I just have to tell people that I don't have tools.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
So, what'd you do this weekend?
Not much, man. We just set up 2 places to do siding and roofing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one is, I would have to say, at least about a 3-day job.
That's not too bad.
They actually ended up roofing on top of roofing. Yeah, they have roofing, and then they put a thing of plywood on it, and then they roofed over the plywood.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
So they just fucking drag plywood up there, put it down, and then lay
it down, and yes, right on top of shinglings.
Wow.
Yeah, North Dakota, you never know what you're gonna see.
Did they use furring strips at least?
Honestly, I mean, we don't know yet. We just cut a hole in it, and we basically seen it. We're like, oh, there's plywood on it there. Then we cut off the plywood to see, because it was way up too high. And yeah, we see shingles underneath it. And we're like, you got to be for serious.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was utterly like, you got to be seriously kidding me.
How long ago was that roof put on? Do you know?
homeowner said it had to be at least 5 to 6 years.
Man, see, that's what I mean. Like, it's when you're hiring contractors and stuff, there's a ton out there. It just doesn't mean that you're going to get the best one.
Yeah, that's the thing we run. We run a lot of stuff up here that's pretty much what happens. You'll run into a contractor that's like doing it out of his house, or they want to make their own business, but then they get into it and they get over their heads and they decide to do stuff to cut corners, and cutting corners to me is never a good idea.
No, it's especially when you're working on someone else's project, you know.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, I've been asked to do things, and if I can't do it, I just won't do it. And I recommend someone that can.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing right now. We have other roofing companies that my wife's stepdad actually works. He used to work for, and he's actually giving them more of the roofing jobs. He's taking more of the siding jobs.
Oh, there you go.
Now,
Long Island Paintball, what's going on, brother? He said he did a kitchen floor years ago. There was 2 floors of tile underneath it. That's crazy. I've actually a lot of the apartments I go into, there's usually like 6 layers of linoleum before I get to the asbestos tile. But there's a reason that all good contractors are booked. Exactly. If you find a guy that I'll send you out in our invite, man. I don't know what happened there, but that's so true, because if you find one that's available right away, I would be very hesitant to hire them. I don't know what the issue is. I honestly think 9 out of 10 contractors are shitty. Just my personal opinion. Josh, I'm going to send you another invite out here real quick. See if we can't make this work again. Here we go. It's being sent out again. I don't know what happened. There was I don't know if it was his electricity or something. Yeah, the asbestos tile. I know a lot of people freak out about it, but honestly, it's fucking minute. But yeah, the bad contracting is just, you know, it sucks. Here we go. There, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, sorry. My wife was video chatting me because her Packers won and my Broncos lost.
You're a Broncos fan. Who'd they play?
They played Chicago.
Chicago won a game. Packers beat Minnesota.
Yeah, I know. I heard about that. Well, up here it's mostly Vikings fans, Packers fans. I'm surprising Dallas Cowboys fans.
They're everywhere, man, and they suck.
Yeah, and we get a lot of that too, and then you get a lot of like little filler teams and stuff with that. But yeah, it's mostly that. But I don't watch football mostly anymore. I haven't watched football since they won the Super Bowl
with Peyton.
Yeah, and that was it. I mean, basically, once he retired, I pretty much retired from the team
because they suck now.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. Well, the thing is too I mean, I can honestly say, yeah, John Elway running it right now is not the way he used to run it. I think he's getting to a point where he's making too many bad decisions. He's getting rid of people he should not have get rid of, and it's not generating right.
Well, he's keeping people like Von Miller is a hell of a player, but like honestly, that type of money, dime a dozen. And for some reason, John Elway, like Peyton Manning, fell in the lap of you guys. I think he went back to the Super Bowl, lost one, won the second one.
Yeah, well, actually, it was
You lost
against
to Seattle, right? And then
the Seattle, but then ended up the next year it was actually the Patriots to beat Seattle because Seattle went back.
That's right. They went back.
They lost, and then we got back into it, beating New England twice for the AFC Championship game, plus the trying to think if we played them in the playoffs too.
And that was when John Fox was the coach, right?
That was when Gary Kubiak.
That's right, Kubiak. Yeah.
One with John Fox and then one with Gary Kubiak, and they should have kept Gary Kubiak in that. They should have kept him.
Well, actually, that wasn't Denver's choice. He actually had to retire because I guess there was health issues with Kubiak. But I do agree, and for some reason, how can Elway not find a quarterback?
I don't know either. And for the longest time, people kept saying that once Andrew Luck retired, there's your quarterback. People kept saying it. It was all over the social media. People kept saying, John Elway, go get Andrew Luck, because if it comes down to it, he brings you a Super Bowl, it's going to be the Indianapolis Miracle for quarterbacks.
How fucking great is that, though? Andrew Luck just says, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, to be honest with you, for me, it's interesting in a way for me, because when I moved here in 2009, I came from Indiana, and at the time, Brett Favre was moving from the Jets over to Minnesota.
And he actually had one really good year there and one really bad.
Yeah, and then people kept saying, well, are you like related to Brett Favre because he's moving where you're moving at, you're going up north, and then he's moving up north, and I'm like, no, I've got nothing to do with that at all.
I'll be honest. I mean, I've been a diehard Steelers fan. In my lifetime, I've seen the Penguins win, I think, 5 Stanley Cups.
Yeah, well, I like the Pittsburgh Penguins. I gotta say, that's my hockey team is Pittsburgh Penguins.
They're a hell of a team, man.
Yeah, I mean, how can you beat Sidney Crosby?
People hate him because he whines, but he is he's a great talent.
It's pretty good.
And then the Steelers, I've seen them win two Super Bowls.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the Steelers could hold on to that 6th Super Bowl thing and get a 7th before New England.
I
honestly, to me, the only reason why New England has 6 Super Bowls, and I don't care how people look at it. If you didn't have Tom Brady and you didn't have Bill Belichick together, I don't see them winning that many Super Bowls.
Well, I only consider that I think they've won 3 fairly.
Yeah, I can honestly say that too. I think they may have won 3 fairly. The other ones were so questionable, and to my understanding, I would have loved to see the New Orleans Saints in that Super Bowl than the LA Rams. The LA Rams looked like a team where they had no perception of what was going on.
That's what New England does. So, like, the Rams are a hell of a team. They really are. They got a lot of talent.
Really are.
A great coach, but Belichick fucking embarrassed them, and that's what he does to any other team.
He does to any team. And I honestly say I don't think I seen it happening if New Orleans got in there, because I know Drew Brees would have said, "Hey, not this time, Belichick."
So Dave, if it's not broke, fix it. Says that's why I like college football, and I actually I understand that now, because the players aren't playing for money; they're playing to win.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. Let me see if I.
And NHL, he's a Rangers fan. God bless you, man. And we've definitely. The Bills, I think, did win today. They were down big, and they came back, I think. What's going on, 410 Auto Tech? Sorry, man. I'm just trying to keep up with the chats here.
Yeah, I can't see any chats. I'm just on.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
So it is working on your phone?
Yeah, it's working on my phone, but I'm under like a blue screen that says, "We're in the show. Everyone can hear you."
Yeah. I've actually seen some people say that it's worked on the phone for them, and some people say they had to hop on. You have to have if you're you have to have two ways to, one way to stream and one way to look at the chats. But that's up. We got back in the house. Baltimore 2-0. I think they won today. The Ravens.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched that game. I seen it.
Did you?
Yeah, I was watching on that one because my brother went from unfortunately a Steelers fan to a Ravens fan.
How the fuck does that happen?
I have no idea.
Go to a loser team like that.
No,
actually, Jim Harbaugh or John, I don't know which one fucking coaches the Ravens, but he's a good coach.
It's John. No, I know it's Jim Harbaugh. John Harbaugh went and coached the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, that's it. Noah, how's it going, buddy?
But no, here's my college team.
Notre Dame. Are you Irish?
Yeah, I am half Irish.
Yeah,
I'm down the line in the family.
So, like, I'm sure you had, like, my grandmother is she passed away years ago, but she was a Notre Dame fan because she was Irish, like diehard.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of people that are actually 100% Irish people that actually come from Ireland and actually watch the Irish play.
They fucking love Notre Dame, man. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's like an epidemic or something.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes and stuff like that.
So, hey, man. Josh, you started a YouTube channel. Why did you get started?
Why did I get started? Because, I mean, to me, it's like to show people, what goes on in everyday, stuff, what goes on, what people use in everyday work.
So, like, your perspective and
my perspective of, okay, here's how stuff works and here's how stuff, works. And to be honest with you, it's like the whole icon thing. Okay, you can choose to buy the tools or you can choose not to. Nobody's forcing you to buy it. I mean, it's budget-friendly tools. I keep explaining people, okay, Harbor Freight is budget-friendly tools.
I think the only thing people have a problem with the icon is the price of the box.
Yeah, see, and I can totally see the price of the box, but to be honest with you, go on the tool trucks and try to buy a box there. It's going to be like 13 grand, 14 grand, 15 grand, and go all the way up depending on what you're looking for.
But like,
you're not looking for just a small service cart. You're paying way too much.
It's people like me though. Like, I'm not a mechanic, but I have like a Craftsman chest, a rolling little thing.
Well, it's the same as me right now. I actually sold a Craftsman box because I had too many tools and it wasn't working for me. So I ended up going to a really small box for my regular everyday stuff I use, and I still have my other stuff in my garage.
Right.
So other than that, if I'm going to buy something, it's probably going to be a U.S. General service cart.
Right, and see, that's so. And Noah in the chats here says, "Quit comparing it to superior tools." I think that does get annoying, and also though, but like the guys that are complaining about the price are like me or you that are never going to buy it in the first place, right?
No, we're not. And to be honest with you, the reason why Harbor Freight compares it to high-end tools is because if you don't want to buy a high-end tool, you can buy their tool. But if you're in the same exact marketplace, say, okay, I'm a mechanic and I got mechanic friends that are all buying their toolboxes off the tool truck, I don't have to choose to do that. I can buy mine through Harbor Freight but not spend as much as they did, but it's a good quality tool.
Right. And Dave in the chat here, he says my KRL 1022 costed me $4,500 off the truck, new.
Yeah, see, I don't have that kind of money to do that.
And Everyday Fleet Tech just says, my Harbor Freight tool cart just officially died. And I'm glad he came on here last night, Everyday Fleet Tech, because he's in the industry and he can actually...
Yeah, and that too. I was happy he was on there too.
Yeah.
He's in the industries like and stuff like that. But for me, I mean, I've been a little bit here and a little bit there. My dad was a truck driver / mechanic for a trucking company for 35 years.
Damn.
And for him, I mean, he was working out of a Craftsman toolbox, never had a problem. He goes, I never needed to upgrade my toolbox because my toolbox has basically stayed at one spot. I've never abused my toolbox. I never slammed the drawers, basically beat it up, basically, in a way. I mean, he kept his toolbox up to a certain point and stuff like that. And he goes, I never had to, but most of his tools he bought were actually from Harbor Freight. And they've actually got him by. He goes, I've never had to go onto the tool truck X amount of times, maybe 5 or 6 times out of, a certain year, if it was something that Harbor Freight didn't have, or it was something that, you wanted a higher quality of tool.
Right. Well,
but I would say you don't need to buy tool truck quality to get a job done.
exactly. And my best example of that is I bought a jackhammer on Amazon. It's a Nyko. It's about $120, and it comes with fucking like 20 brushes they throw in there, and all this shit. But at $120, I've jackhammered through 10-inch fucking floors to run drain pipes. Yeah. I've done that on like 4 occasions, so it's already paid for itself. So now I'm all on.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing I tell people. I go, if you're gonna buy something and it pays for itself, it's totally worth it.
Right.
That's like this Impact right here. I've used this Impact on so many jobs that it's practically already paid for itself twice.
Exactly.
And what I've made on it, I mean, it paid for itself. I tell people all the time. I go, if it pays for itself, it's totally worth buying.
And when I did a video with Justin Dow about my Ryobi tools.
Yeah. And I honestly can say Ryobi tools are good. Unfortunately, we don't have a Home Depot here. They shut it down.
Really?
Yeah, they actually made it into an office space, but then they put a hotel directly in front of it.
That's stupid, but yeah, I mean, Ryobi isn't for everyone. But so like, I'm looking through the comments though, and all very positive. Even like the ones that were like not positive, I can understand their viewpoint on it.
Yeah, no, I can understand their viewpoint too and stuff like that. But for me, the only places we have here is a Menards, a Lowe's, an Acme Tool. I'm trying to think of a couple other ones. We've got a couple other small stores that sell tools, but most of it's all farm and fleet places, and a couple, super, tool stuff and all that. But other than that, I mean, most of the tool stuff are here are either, your common DIY stuff.
Well, yeah, and Ryobi is kind of that, but I think they can definitely break into some professional brands or professional trades, not really mechanics though, because they don't have a lineup for that. Yeah. But I bought a tile saw for like $150 about 8 years ago. I've made a ton of money off of that fucking saw. And it's still going today, like.
Yeah. Oh no, like I said, my grandfather had tools when he passed away last year. He had tools that were actually quite literally from the 60s that were still running.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with them. I mean, they worked. I mean, he kept up with them. And that's why I tell people, I go, if you keep up with what the tools you have and you don't abuse it to a point where it totally goes to trash on you,
right?
You can end up keeping tools that are way and beyond.
If I'm the one using it, I know it's going to last. Mike Hodge, what's up in the house? How's it going, man? Arson Toolsmith says if Ryobi won the mechanic market, they could totally run the house. Definitely, but I think what the play is there is TTI owns Ryobi. They produce tools for Rigid or whatever, and they own Milwaukee, and Milwaukee is expensive, and they own the market for mechanics.
Yeah,
But
I don't.
if
I trust me. I don't blame that one bit because every time I walk into Acme Tool, I end up looking at the prices and I'm just like, ouch.
the funny thing is that with the Ryobi, like the alien green, everyone talks about, not liking it. That's fine, but if
Yeah.
they had a full mechanics lineup in that color, I'm sure it would fucking fly off the shelves.
Oh, I'm definitely sure it will because right now I've actually just picked up. Let me see if I can find it.
That's true, Robert Waters. Battery tool.
Right here, I just picked up this off the Mack truck. It's a same kind of green, but it's a pickup truck.
Oh yeah, and it's got pickup tool. I actually just used one tonight.
Yeah, and stuff like that. And I always say that color it pops out. I mean, you won't really lose it because if you drop it, you're gonna be like, oh, it's right there.
I want to give a shout out to Antonio Claudio Michael. He says he stopped in to show support. I appreciate that, man. He's
Yep,
on a
thank you.
call right now. That's cool. Well, not cool. Sucks, but I appreciate the support for sure. Yeah, man, like that the Ryobi color, I'm thinking it's fucking right up the line for mechanics. They like that the high.
Yeah, that high visibility.
Yes, exactly. The high vis.
But also I do say too, I mean, if you're gonna buy certain mechanic tool, I've seen a lot of mechanics buy tools that are black.
That's true too. And
because it hides the oil, the grease, and all the other.
I do like the blue Ryobis. I know some people don't, but
Yeah,
like,
I've used a couple of the older blue ones and haven't had a problem with them.
apparently what I heard though is they changed the color because it was close to Makita.
Yeah,
So,
that too. It's close to Makita and it's also close to a little bit to Bosch.
right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
with the blue and the red a little bit. It's close
I
to
would
Bosch.
I would love to try some cordless Bosch tools. I just
I just
they're
recently.
expensive.
Yeah, I just recently, a couple months, had a 12-volt Bosch impact driver, and that thing was
A beast.
that one thing was pretty crazy. I mean, if you didn't hold on to it, it was going to take off on you.
The weird thing is like it's a huge lineup. Their 12-volt lineup's huge, and their whole lineup is huge. But like around here and stuff, I don't see anyone using Bosch. It's all
I don't see anybody around here either. It's mostly
Milwaukee,
Milwaukee,
DeWalt,
Makita. You got your few people that are using now the Metabo.
Yes, that looks like a sweet lineup.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But most I've seen on social media that the 12-volt line for Milwaukee is getting big.
Oh, it's huge, man. It's
getting more bigger now and stuff, and I'm going, wow. But then also you got the new DeWalt, their Atomic, and they've also got the new 12-volt new lineup they got going on.
Bosch is slow to the American market with the good shit. I think it is more an over the seas type product like Metabo is. You don't see or Fine, Fiend, whatever, Fine.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of discussion about tools, hand and power. What about air tools?
Air tools, I've got to say, the only ones I have actually tried as far as air tools are the Mack air tools, and those ones are like touch and go. I mean, some of them are really good, and some of them are really you can tell that they needed to take their time a little bit on how they design them and ask the mechanic how they look at the tool in a way. Because I've had a few of them actually go really bad within a couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah, they wouldn't keep up. The air was leaking out of it, and one of them, the air the air connector chuck actually blew out of it.
Get out.
So yeah, I've actually talked to my Mac rep about it, and I told him, I said, I think that they need to go back to a drawing board a little bit and look into some of it. They might have a little bit of a flaw to them and not be noticeable, maybe.
Falcon says, or for more like specialty paint and body work. Well, if you're doing paint and body work, you probably have to have like what 30-gallon compressor.
Yeah, somewhat around about a 30-pound compressor. As far as paint stuff, I've looked into what I'm trying to think into Harbor Freight, and they've got the new paint sprayers. They're like Black Widow ones.
Okay.
And they don't look too bad. I gotta say, they don't look really bad. But for the one paint sprayer that I've been using, it's a Kawasaki.
Oh, there you go.
So that's the paint sprayer I've been using, is a Kawasaki.
Yeah, I think right now, for the most part, I mean, like Milwaukee even came out with a 12-volt die grinder.
Yeah, I haven't used many die grinders. Most of the die grinders I've used are air grinders. I don't get into the battery powered grinders because it's hard to say if it's going to have enough RPM to actually cut or grind what you're doing.
Well, I mean, you run Milwaukee, right? Would you ever dip your feet in that water?
Maybe so. I mean, I'm still getting into the Milwaukee stuff. I used to have a ton of DeWalt stuff, and unfortunately, a lot of it started to fail on me, and unfortunately, a lot of it ended up becoming too pricey to get it warrantied out or get it fixed. So they ended up telling me I would almost have to buy completely brand new tools.
How shitty is that?
Yeah, and that for me kind of ruined it for me. I was kind of like, okay, I've got to move on to something else that's got a better warranty, and that's when I went to the Milwaukee.
I think DeWalt is what 2-year warranty.
Yeah, it's a 2-year warranty, and
I know Milwaukee's a 5 right off the bat, and like
yeah, Milwaukee is a 5-year warranty, hands down.
The weird, like the funny thing too is like I've bought a few Milwaukee tools now, and I hate to admit this, but when you open the box, that tool is set up and ready to go. The belt clip is already on.
Yeah, that's what I find about the Milwaukee. When it comes down to DeWalt, the belt clip is not on the tool, and there's certain things that you got to do with the tool to try to get it, set up. But with Milwaukee, it's straight set up out of the box, ready to.
I know that's a small detail, but that's like a good detail for a company to be like, "That's what we got." Like,
yeah, we're not gonna make you, have to do more than you should. I mean, if you got a job that needs to be done within X amount of time, you don't have to worry about, adding on to the little detail stuff. You can, get it right out of the box and boom, I'm ready to go.
Pull it out, ready to go, rip it, grip it.
Yeah, ready to get the job done.
So as far as your channel goes, you did a great job on that Ace hardware.
Screwdrivers.
Yes, the I forget how you call them.
Right here, and then there's the screwdrivers and the nut driver set, which is right in.
The nut driver set was awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, those I was super surprised when I went into Ace Hardware and I seen those. But unfortunately, I forgot I put in there that they're actually discontinuing these.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm surprised to myself because the one manager that works there had actually told me they're really nice screwdrivers and nut drivers. They're selling like they can't believe, and they're at a good price for like $4 and I think $4.75. And I told them, I said, yeah, I go, that's crazy, but yeah, here's the set.
It's a fucking great set.
Yeah, no, I couldn't believe it when I opened it. All it had was one side was screwdrivers, and the other side was blank. And I asked him, I go, well, why is that one side blank? Well, you can add in more stuff if you need to. Like, say you work with, screwdrivers, or you work with Torx, Torx stuff, or you work with Allen, different stuff like that. You can buy the other sets to put in there. You don't have to just have the screwdrivers. You can put in the nut drivers, or you can put in the Torx, or you can put in the hex set. You can put in other sets. You don't have to stick to one particular set.
Well, I'm sure anyone that's interested, I mean, if you run down to Ace, I'm sure they still have stock.
Yeah, I imagine so. The only thing my Ace was doing was getting rid of Craftsman. They're not doing the warranty through Craftsman anymore. They're dropping Craftsman altogether. Lowe's will be the only store that will hold Craftsman. That's it.
That makes sense.
Other than Napa picked them up.
Did they?
Yeah, so now Napa store where I live at has Craftsman tools now.
Shit.
And to be honest with you, I had talked to a person of the management, and they did say that now that Craftsman's in there, it's almost taking a bite out of Carlisle.
And Carlisle is like what everyone says is the icon.
Yeah, it's the icon of tools.
I just want to say, what's up, G-Bo? How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Napa sells tools. Yeah, hell yeah. What's going on, Jason Reynolds? So yeah, that's what I hear is Carlisle is basically icon tools.
Yeah, basically in a way. I mean, I haven't got any of the icon stuff yet. They don't have it at my Harbor Freight yet.
I don't think they have it at anyone's Harbor Freight.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. They said they were mentioning October. It would be the launch line of them bringing the stuff in.
I just want to say, it's awesome, G-Bo. Glad you're here, man. Yeah, a lot of people that I see that they go to Harbor Freight to buy Icon, and the only thing that seems to be there is a torque wrench and a snap ring pliers set that is about $50-some, but apparently it's very solid.
Yeah, they're actually those snap ring pliers are very solid. I actually do compare them straight to Matco.
Okay.
I will not lie. My opinion is if you take a Matco snap ring plier and you put it side by side with the Icon, they function right at the same.
They look solid. There's a channel I watch, Tools and Trash, and he is the one that hopped on. He's been fighting a good fight against the Icon,
Yeah,
blubbery or whatever you want to call it. But
yeah, I honestly don't see what the whole thing about the Icon is. It's tools for people that are like the budget people that don't make the top dollar to be able to buy the tool trucks.
Not only that, apparently it's been around for years.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. It's been around years, and yeah. I haven't even seen it. I would have to say a couple years ago, that's when I was actually introduced to Tecton.
Right.
Tecton tools. I knew nothing about Tecton tools at all until a friend of mine said, hey, check out these Tecton tools. And I'm like, what's Tecton? I didn't know anything about it until a couple years ago. And I'm like, oh, well, they seem really nice. I mean, I can say the quality of them was really nice, well put together, well built.
That's kind of where
no complaints to me. I just don't ever get it.
Long Island Paintball says, I bought the Icon 7-piece ring plier set. It's not worth $54. It doesn't say icon on it. On the plastic dip on the handles isn't perfect.
That I could say is the one drawback of them. It's the price the price, and they can drop the price a bit.
Well, here's the thing, though, is like Tekton really has made a push to be very budget friendly and good, decent product, USA made, and that was all over the YouTubes, and I was getting behind it. You know, I bought Tekton a couple of years ago for impact sockets and stuff. Never an issue with any of the products I've gotten. Dan McKevitt's Tools and Bagels, he has everything's Tekton.
Yeah,
but
and I have nothing against anybody buying any Pacific tool brand at all.
But the weird thing is,
what works for you works for you.
Exactly, but this icon shit's being pushed onto us like fucking. I can't breathe, man.
It's kind of like, okay, we gotta take a step back and relax here.
Yeah, like let's. Yeah, I guess just stay off of YouTube for a month or so. And
until it finally launches, and we'll find out how it goes. You know, how it goes on and everything, and make sure it's not, something that, could possibly, like last night when I heard from the Den of Tools. He said that you had to actually either mail it in.
Yeah. And he said that was a shit process.
Yeah, and that to me is not something that just,
well, like Stanley.
For me, I'm accustomed to going into a store, getting a warranty tool through, okay, I hand it on the counter, I go pick up the brand new one, I bring it to the counter, it gets warranted, I'm out the door in 5 minutes.
Right, like you need that stuff today.
Yeah, today. Well, and that's why I tell people, I go, there's some people that really cannot wait. There's people that they have to get a job done in a certain amount of time, and waiting X amount of days to get it, that's not even questionable.
Well, if it's not broken, fix it. I would actually, you're the type of guy that I would love to see testing an icon ratchet out in your field, because I think you would definitely give it an honest review. Jason Reynolds says, I feel like a zombie after the something last night, a few hours of welding. Now I feel like a zombie.
Oh no! Trust me, I will. I put stuff to the test. I'm gonna tell you my honest truth about it. Like this ratchet right here. Here's a Duralast flex head ratchet. Unfortunately, this one is actually discontinued. I can't get this warranty. It's missing a few teeth that actually broke on it, but it still
Yeah, works for you.
And in my honest opinion of this ratchet, I buy this ratchet again. Straight away. I would buy this ratchet straight away again, because there was nothing wrong with it. It had a little bit of play to it, but all you gotta do is tighten up the little screw here, and find out where you want it to, if you want the flex a little bit more, or you want it to stay at a certain point, and it worked out perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I would buy this ratchet again, straight away.
No question. Said that you could actually buy a repair kit for that ratchet.
They told me at my AutoZone I couldn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said I would have to go on their website and type it in and see what they could say about it.
So too much of a process for you.
Yeah, too much of a process, I guess, for them. It turned into that.
Well, how long have you had that ratchet?
I've had this ratchet for at least, I would have to say, at least 6 years.
And you use it like pretty hard?
Oh yeah, I put this thing through the test. I've quite literally had a cheater bar on this thing. and it didn't break it.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't break it. It held up perfectly fine, and it quite literally broke rusted bolts, no problem.
That's the reviews I want to see.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If people want to see me review stuff, I will review stuff, and I will show you what a tool can do and what it really, possibly shouldn't do, and then see, okay, here's the after effect of, what happens if you end up doing that to
I
it.
just want to say, can people hear the crickets in my fucking garage? Because
I
I'm
can
about,
hear some crickets.
all right, I'm about to blow my head off too. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry about
and then
that.
yeah, and then a couple months ago, I ended up picking these up at Ace Hardware too. They're the extractor wrenches from Craftsman.
Those are nice.
Yeah, they're actually really nice. I mean, they're supposed to get off rounded bolts and rounded stuff. I've got two of them. I got one that's bigger and then one that's smaller. I got
Oh,
one that is a 7/16 to a half, and I've got one that is a 9/16 to a 5/8.
if you do tool reviews or whatever in long term, I mean, I would say at least 3 months. That's what I've been doing. Um, and I do a 3 month review, but I plan on doing all those again at 1 year.
Yeah.
Especially with the work pro stuff. But like, also, I kind of assume people know what I do for a living and can go off of my uses for the tools. And
Yeah. Well, and that's like with me. I've done numerous different types of jobs and stuff, and I bought so many different types of tools for different types of jobs. It's like I can show you, okay, in this job, here's what's best, to work for that certain job, or if you want to, use this type of tool for that type of job.
hey, Josh, did you do BCB 3000 video for Bearded CB?
No,
Okay, because Brad's workbench says you look familiar.
no, I this will be the first time of me getting on YouTube.
Well,
I've done a different types of. I've actually been in other YouTube videos with other friends,
okay.
but those were like different types of videos. Those were like there was one where it was me and a couple friends. What would happen if you stayed up for like 24 hours on like 3 cans of Monster Energy drink?
Or Surge.
Yeah, or Surge. No, what caffeine does to the human body. I mean, I've done different videos like that. What like chain reaction videos.
I
But
drank.
this will be my first YouTube channel altogether.
William Logan, what's going on, brother? I actually drank 8 monster drinks in about 3 hour time span, and
Yeah, me and a couple of friends did that at
it
least. I
fucked
would
me
say
up bad.
at least about 9 years ago. Me and 3 friends actually did that, and we ended up walking at like 1, 2, 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning in our actual hometown, just walking around. We didn't have nothing to do. We were just walking around town, and we were wide awake.
It wasn't even the caffeine. I thought my liver and shit was going.
Yeah, no,
Literally shut down.
my heart felt like it was gonna pop out of my chest. It was like whoa, like it was like
Try
a huge
is
shot of adrenaline.
is Redline a energy drink? I have to research that real quick. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I'm not too certain myself either.
Let me see what the old
Yeah, I'm
YouTube
not too certain
says
myself.
or Google.
I mean, grandma, no thank you.
Redline drink. Yeah, I can tell by the cover on it and everything that
It could possibly be one.
It would not. Yeah, it definitely is one. I would not want to drink it. I quit
Yeah.
the. See, like Surge isn't actually an energy drink. It's
No,
just like,
actually, Surge is not an energy drink.
it competes with Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is
Yeah,
not an energy.
it's pretty much competes with Mountain Dew and competes with some other ones.
Right, and you can all hear the crickets. Yeah, it's not outside
Yeah,
my window.
I can hear some crickets.
It's in my fucking garage. They were here on my live stream with Junk from work, and I've been trying to kill them fucking bastards for a day now.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Try to angle this thing here.
I have
My
headphones
hand
on.
my arm was falling asleep holding my phone.
Oh, Jolt. Yeah, I remember Jolt.
Oh,
Shit.
I remember that too. They came out with that. They relaunched it, Jolt.
Like a
Back at
huge
home.
one. What's going on, Dano's Toolbox? What the fuck's up? It's a good question. I don't know, man. We're just chatting out. We've got some crickets in the background here.
Yeah. But no, I always say if you're gonna buy certain tools and stuff, I always tell people too. I go, your best bet is to look at pawn shops too. You never know what you might find at a pawn shop that somebody had sold and it's brand new.
There's that, and there's eBay. So like,
Yeah, and eBay too. I've been super surprised at the stuff I found on eBay that's like brand spanking new.
I bought the Ryobi brushless impacts that I showed in my video. They didn't cost me over $30 on eBay a piece.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And that's because someone bought the set, already had something, and they're just they just needed the other piece of that set. So I've never been sent the wrong shit from eBay either. Chemical Sport just said that. It's been a pretty eBay's been very flawless for me.
Yeah, no, I definitely say eBay's been very flawless. I just picked this up the other day.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Those are great tape measures.
Yeah, no, I couldn't believe it. And you want to know the price on that bad boy?
Gonna say $5, $4. Higher, lower.
Go lower.
2. Lower,
Lower.
$1.
I paid $1 for that.
Shit.
And it's brand new.
That's brand new.
Yeah, I couldn't even believe it. It was on eBay for $1.
Fuck.
I was mind boggled by it. Why would you get rid of a tape measure for $1?
So
But I'm guessing it was something the person might not have needed.
Not needed, or I'm pretty particular with my tape measures. Like if I don't like one, I'd just try and give it to someone. And so if they made $1 off that, but like then with shipping, what's even the point,
Yeah, that's the thing too. And I can't remember exactly what the shipping was for it, but I think it was like pretty cheap or something like that. It wasn't very much. It was from the next state over.
Oh really? So
yeah, over in Minnesota.
Yoda Doug is in the house. What's going on there, Yoda? I gotta send out your gift. Chemical Spores, something about go ahead and unsub me, Dave. I'll still love you regardless. Brad's Workbench, I unsubbed you like 2 days ago. That's a joke, but
yeah.
he's got a great channel. Brad's Workbench, he'll put tools to the test, and
no, and like I said, and what's a true amount of a test is there's an impact socket that's from Harbor Freight. Guess how old this impact socket is?
6 years older.
Way older. This was actually from my old man, and he used this when he was 30 years old. So this would be almost like
30 years old.
yeah, and he just turned 50.
It says about 20 something years old. 20.
Yeah, about 20 something years old, and it's still hold up.
He can only unsub once from Brad's. I tried.
And it's still good.
Oh
And
yeah,
he's used these sockets forever. He's put them through abuse. He's put them through everything, and they still hold up.
there you go. Yeah,
So
I mean,
it shows you can still have tools that will still survive from a long time, depending on how you treat them and how you use them.
well, yeah, it's how you treat and the how you use. You know, some guys work tools harder than others, and I get that. But like that's what kind of pisses me off is when I come on and say Ryobis have worked for me, and people are like, "Oh, fuck Ryobi, they're fucking shit," and blah blah blah. And it's like,
And 90% of them could be people that have never used Ryobi.
yeah, that's what they admit too.
Haven't even tried it.
They'll put in
And
parentheses, "I've never owned Ryobi, but why wouldn't you
yeah,
spend an
but why would you
extra?"
buy it? Yeah, that's the thing I tell people all the time. I go, if you want me to try something, I'm all game to try anything.
Well, that's
I don't care what the tool is. I can use the tool and I'll give you my honest opinion about it if it's good, bad,
right.
or workable. But I'm not going to make an opinion on something I never used.
And the frustrating thing about the Ryobi thing is like they say they never used it, but then their counterpoint is like, why wouldn't you spend an extra $50 to buy Milwaukee? It's like, no, it's not an extra $50 because if you're
Yeah,
spending the
it's
extra
totally not.
$50 for Milwaukee, you're buying their low end tool, and if you're spending extra $50 on what you could get with that for Ryobi is the brushless technology.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I always tell people. I go, it depends on what you're looking for to go higher.
Right.
It's either you're going brushless or you're going brush tools.
Exactly. And like
there's a total difference. And I keep telling people, I go, yeah, man, if it's something that works for that specific person, I tell people, I go, if you haven't tried it, then saying, okay, it's not good, that's not given a point to say, okay, it's good or it's not good. I mean, if you haven't used it, then
you haven't fucking used it.
Yeah, you haven't used it. You don't know. You don't. I mean, for all you know, you could use it and go, okay, I was wrong. It actually works out really good. I was dead wrong. Okay, I would say, okay, I was wrong. I should have used it before I said it was complete crap.
Hey, me again, Dave. You're talking about all right, later, Long Island. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it, man. Me again, Dave. I want to know who you're talking about specifically, and I guess Chemical Spore. I know Chemical Spore has one troll on his channel, which I just don't get the trolling.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't know anything about trolls,
So,
but
it's so fucking retarded.
I like the movie Trolls.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I mean, Trolls movie was great.
But I'm gonna take a piss real quick. There are definitely some. So talking about trolls and stuff. There's some not trolls, but sometimes I'll get comments and I'll read them, and like my brain can't process it right away, so I sit on it for like the night, and then I come back the next day, and usually I can see like what the comment really meant.
Yeah, I do the exact same thing. I try to process, okay, what they were trying to say, or what they were trying to mean about it and stuff like that. And I try to go, okay, if they are trying to say, okay, from their perspective, okay, I've used this product, it failed me. I wouldn't recommend it. I would say, okay, well, okay, for me, if it didn't fail me, then the chances are that it it worked for different people.
William Logan, there is some. See, that's the thing. Like the Den of Tools, he's getting some shit for this icon stuff, and
Yeah, and to
I
be
kind of
honest
get
with
it.
you,
But like to be honest, they sent him it, so it's not his fault.
if they want to send you stuff, what's wrong with it? If they want to send people things, then hey, by all means, send away.
And I honestly I expect the bear to. He's done positive reviews on Harbor Freight, and he's done negative reviews. He's not a
Oh yeah, he's got great content.
yeah, and that's the bottom line. Like and some people just can't like see that for what it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Nobody can see that he's got great content, but he's going to give you his honest opinion. He's not gonna say, okay, it works, but then it doesn't work. To say,
The Den of Tools is saying he's clean. I mean, yeah, as of right now, Bear gets Rangers chasing his butt. As of right now, he got sent that toolbox. It's not us,
yeah, it's out of a judgment thing.
Well, it's people that are like, oh, why does he get a free fucking toolbox? It's like, well, he's put in the time, the work, the effort.
If he's put in the time and the effort to look into it and say, okay, here's what the price is on it, and here's what it looks like, and if this is something that interests you, then here's what Harbor Freight has.
Right. And I also see like there's a lot, like that's the other thing to navigate is an easy way to get a video with a ton of fucking views is review something new at Harbor Freight. That's the other.
Yeah, that I have, and that I have seen personally myself. But I've also tell people too. I go, if there's something else that's new at a different store, why not review that too?
Yeah, exactly.
And that I have to say, when I watch VCG, that is exactly what they do.
VCG Construction does a great job at they just test. Well, first of all, they do test whatever tool companies will give them to test. But I mean, I think they do a great job at testing those tools.
Yeah, I think they do too. I mean, they'll put it to the test, and if it smokes and it burns out, well, that lets you know that okay, that's how far the tool's going to go.
Jason Reynolds, I just want to say thank you for stopping in. I got 2 beers left, and then I'll call it a night as well. But the icon that client graphics, the prices went up.
I did see that. I seen he had a post on there that the wrenches had gone up in price.
And the Bear said that last night on our live stream. He said that they're still fucking
they're
playing.
still working out the prices. Which in all honesty, I don't blame them for that, because they want to make sure that it's going to be a good price and not a overprice, or not a. Yeah, they want to make a fair price.
Robert
I
Lars says nothing wrong with promotion videos, but if you get a $10,000 box for free, you're paid. I get that. I understand that. But there's
Yeah, I can understand that too. But to be honest with you, I don't know if he's being paid for it or not.
not only that, there's nothing I can fucking do about it. I mean,
yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, if he's being paid for the icon stuff, I mean that's his decision.
like honestly, with the current icon stuff, Client Graphics paid for his own stuff.
Yeah, see,
And
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 that I can be honest with you.
I'm
If he
paying
pays for
attention
himself,
to his channel.
Yeah.
Because he's going to do the real reviews.
yeah, he's gonna do a real review about what he thinks about it and what his opinion is about it and everything. Same with me. Any kind of tool that I have reviewed was paid out of pocket, completely paid out of pocket.
And you know, there's some people that say if you pay out of your own pocket, you're going to review it better than as opposed if you got it for free. And I do get that also, but like I don't know. For me personally, when I get a free tool, it's like, how can I make this work? You know, you almost feel obligated. But if it's a shit tool, it's a shit tool. There's no getting around it.
That's just how it goes and stuff.
And
like me, I've never received any kind of free tool to try it on anything. I've basically gone out, and if a new product launched, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna test it out myself and see what I think that it goes through, or I'm gonna see how it reacts to certain things of it, like these wrenches, these gear wrench ratcheting flex head wrenches.
And
I just picked up a set of these, and I'm about to put these right through the ringer.
Those are nice. I like them.
These are actually really nice. When I first seen this, I was like, these remind me of so much of either Carlisle or maybe some Matco ones.
Well, like Belkin says, I think reviews are biased whether or not they're paid for or bought. And I agree with that. But like when you do those reviews, you kind of, for me personally, I tell the people what I'm using the tools for, and then I kind of expect them to have the judgment of whether it would work for them or not.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean,
I'm not just going to tell them it works. It works for me.
Yeah, we're gonna say, hey, we're gonna go. We're it's gonna show. Okay, here's how it works for me. It might work for you, and it might not. But that's not saying necessarily that it's gonna work for every single person that buys it.
Right.
And that I do tell people. I go, it's not always gonna work out the same.
It's not, and that's why I watch people's tool reviews. Because how my brain works is I can make that judgment call, watching them use the tool, seeing what they're putting them through, and going, yeah, that'll hold up for me, next 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah, and it's all about how you treat the tool, how you work with the tool, and how you.
William Logan says, I've purchased a bunch of new hand tools over the last 6 months. And he said, thanks, you guys, in parentheses. And he needs more room for them. So but William Logan's the type of guy that I think can watch a review and say, hey, that will work for me, or no, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, no, that's what I take from a lot of YouTubers on their channels. If it works for me, if I see that the tool works for them and I give it a try and it works out,
Yeah.
then it works for, multiple people. If it's something that doesn't work for me and it's, a little bit, out of my price range, then I don't pursue it.
William Logan said, "Yeah, kinda." So I'm sure there's always going to be some hit and misses. It's
Yeah,
just
you're not gonna find the perfect tool.
what's up, Max B? How's it going, my man?
And stuff. I tell people there's no such thing as a perfect tool that will not break, will not have a flaw to it, will not
There's
be the
tool. There are tools that are perfect, but there's no tool line that is perfect.
yeah. There's no tool line that's perfect in
So
that sense too. But it's like when Justin last night said about he had our coworker that had a problem with the socket. It wouldn't fit over a stud on an engine.
I saw that post, and like every comment was like, "Well, why don't you use the open end or the ratcheting wrench?"
Yeah, I seen that too, and I would have to say he was working with what he had, and if it didn't work out, then possibility they can go back to the drawing board and look and see if, okay, that failed for that person, maybe we can fix that and come back and take a look and see if there's something we can improve on.
Well, Chemical Spore has not been subscribed to William Logan, but William Logan has been subscribed to Chemical Spore for a while. I think we forget, though, is that the main objective for a lot of these brands is to sell a product. Not really. I mean, for me, well, actually, no, I guess that is true. But like, I'm going on my experience, and I'm going over like when I first bought my house 10 years ago and started doing my own work on it and stuff, and buying tools and rebuying tools, and I'm trying to take away from buying shit, like stuff you actually need. And well, actually, as a homeowner, I would say you could buy Husky. Husky's a lifetime
Yeah,
warranty,
yeah,
decent tool.
nothing wrong with Husky. I've used a couple Huskies too. I've got Husky sockets.
Yeah, and they're great. I have a Husky 3/8 inch ratchet, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, there's no wrong. Well, and it goes the same for me. I'm somewhat an impulse buyer. If I see somebody buying something that's selling off a shelf, I'll end up buying it.
Yeah.
That's what happens with me. I become an impulse buyer, but in a way now I've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, if I need a certain tool, that's the tool I need to buy. Not buying just a tool just because somebody else bought it or something like that. I'm gonna go, okay, here's the tool I need for the job, and not buy just because somebody's buying a Milwaukee tool or someone's buying a DeWalt tool or someone's buying a tool off the tool truck. And
Well, Arson Toolsmith says, and he's right because I have a small channel, but he said maybe not you are trying to sell something, but 120,000 subscribers at VCG, they are maybe pushing products, but
yeah, I can kind of see it in a way a little bit through VCG a bit, because they use a lot of Milwaukee against DeWalt.
But the thing is, though, is
and to be honest with me, I would like to see a lot of other stuff other than Milwaukee versus DeWalt or anything.
Yeah.
And I would like to see them, try out a Makita, try out a Bosch, try out, some other stuff, try out different ones that nobody, like a Hilti,
Well,
or even or even go into working or trying out a festival.
They'll flat out tell you they don't run Makita because Makita doesn't return their messages. You know, they want free tools to test, which is fine though. They do a good job at testing tools. But you know, you can only watch so many, you know, Milwaukee versus DeWalt or
Yeah. So many Milwaukee versus DeWalt when you're just going, okay, to me, they're they seem to me about the same exact tool.
Wait, hold on. Belkin says, I don't think there's anything wrong with any of the tool brands. I think it comes down to your personal preference, brand loyalty. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Right now, I have zero brand loyalty. I will buy.
Yeah, same with me too. I've got tons and tons of different types of tools. I don't stick to one particular type of tool. I own tons of different tools. I own Craftsman tools. I own Ace Hardware tools. I own Mac tools. I own Matco tools. I own Milwaukee tools. I own some DeWalt tools. I own Gear Wrench tools. I've got almost a little of everything that in the tool world has to offer, and I've gave it a test and I've seen, okay, it works for me. I'm going to keep it.
Arson Toolsmith says, once you get popular and brands start knocking at your door with free stuff, it may be hard to say no. Well,
yeah, I don't. It might be true in a way, but for me, I wouldn't buy into just for the free stuff.
Yeah, like
I rather you know, buy it with my own money and see how I feel about it.
Here's what I'll say is I have so many tools of my own to fucking review that are still sold today that I don't need companies coming in no matter how popular I get or whatever, or don't get.
Yeah, not same. It's the same here. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care how popular I get on that thing is. When it comes down to free stuff, I would just tell them, you know, you can keep the free stuff. I don't need the free stuff.
The only thing again that's you guys. I understand. Then don't watch those channels. That's all it comes down to. But
yeah,
like I got 2 flashlights for free from this Everbright, which is I guess a shoot off of Work Pro. But the flashlight is 550 lumens. It's like this big. I'm going to do some big tests on it. It says it's, you know, waterproof and shit. But it has Cree LED bulbs. It's a solid flashlight. The spotlight they gave me isn't even really water resistant. So I'm going to run it through the same test because I wouldn't buy a spotlight that's supposed to be stored in your car that's not water, like couldn't go into water. Because the whole point is if you break down or something, you want the fucking light or whatever you have in your car.
Yeah, you want the light to be waterproof because say you broke down in the rain.
Pouring down rain or a fucking river or something.
Yeah, you broke down in a river or a flood or something. You want to make sure that thing's going to be waterproof. Because, I mean, an unwaterproof flashlight is no good for nothing.
Exactly.
I mean, that goes to say that's somewhat the reason why I ended up buying a Milwaukee floodlight. Because I read the reviews on it, I looked at it, it said on that waterproof, and I went from there.
Yeah, I mean that's if you're not working with your tools but doing YouTube videos for money, I bet you would sell out. I know I would. But that's like YouTube right now for me is like I get excited to review tools I've had for a long time. Um, for me, make videos is fun. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I mean, I'm not never gonna be fucking VCG construction.
Yeah, we're never gonna be like them.
Yeah, never gonna be AVE. And I
Yeah,
like
we're never gonna be like that either.
and I fucking love hanging out with people on here.
Yeah, I mean it's hanging out with people and shooting the shit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I hit 100,000 subscribers or a million. I don't know. I'm not here for that. I'm here to have fun. Exactly.
Yeah. We're all here to have fun. We're not here to say, oh well, this person bought this tool and I don't know why they bought that. They must be a moron or something.
And
No,
at this point, I've gotten over that. People can call me a fucking idiot, and they have, and that's fine. And
yeah,
that doesn't
no, like
bother me.
I've gotten the same exact thing. I've gotten people call me like, this guy must be high on drugs or something to buy this typical tool, and I tell them straight, I go, it's within my budget, it's budget friendly, and it works. Same thing that goes when I used to buy a ton and ton of Stanley tools. And you can't believe how much crap people gave me in high school for buying Stanley tools.
I love Stanley.
I like Stanley tool. I have no problem with Stanley tools at all. I've used so many Stanley tools that I've told people numerous times that Stanley tools are budget friendly. They work for the job that you need.
Got a nice clock there, and
that's a nice clock. And
I love Stanley hand tools. I love
Stanley hand tools have in my opinion stood the test of time.
Yeah, I fucking shop at Walmart a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I've shopped at Walmart a lot too. I actually just picked up the Hyper Tough.
Ooh, look at that sexy bastard there.
Yeah, I just picked up this Hyper Tough trim tool, and it works out perfectly fine. Perfect.
Wait, hold on. Arson Tools says, I'm just saying Icon Tools seemingly latched onto some growing channels, handed out some tools, maybe some money, and it's all everyone is talking about. I'm thinking it was hard for those guys to say no.
It might have been. That might have been hard to say no, but to be honest with you, that's their prerogative.
Right, that's their issue.
If they want to go into that product and that they want to test it, review it, that's what they want to do.
I might be dead wrong, but the mechanical world on YouTube seems to be very it's very big, right? And I'm not a mechanic, so
yeah, no, I don't confess. I to be honest with you, I'm not going to call myself a mechanic, even though I've done mechanical stuff.
Yeah, me too. But
I don't consider myself a mechanic because I haven't been in the trade for X amount of years. I've only been doing it just because my father showed me how to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, show me how to do it. And I don't claim to be a carpenter, even though I've done some carpentry stuff. I've done, some other type of stuff. I don't claim to be a contractor either, even though I've done contract work.
Well, I had on my old Toyota pickup truck, I had to replace the radiator. It was spitting up, under the hood there. And I talked to my father-in-law because he's a mechanic. I'm like, it's just 4 bolts. Yeah, it's 4 bolts. And I drained it and everything. And I didn't have the tools to get to it. So he comes over with, a snap-on flex head ratchet with all these extensions and gets it, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, fuck, I would have never been able to do that. But After he came over and did that, probably like a month or so after, I went down to Walmart. I bought a Stanley extendable 15-inch flex head ratchet, and I bought some extension bars and stuff. And I was like, this is
yeah, it works.
So Arson Toolsmith. So you're saying you feel bad for the Icon guys? I'm kind of there with you. I think they get a lot of shit for.
Yeah, they get a lot of shit for nothing. That's my honest opinion. They get shit for nothing. Because if that's what they want to go into, that's what they want to go into.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the tools that they choose to review, or they choose to look into for different options, hey, all to them.
I a lot of people hop on here and give a shit to channels about how they grow, do things, and blah blah blah. Hey, everyone's different. That's what makes the world go around. Yeah. I understand it. It gets frustrating and annoying and stuff, but everyone's different,
Yeah, everybody is. Nobody's gonna have the same exact taste in tools, the same exact,
Like what I'm doing on YouTube right now. What I'm doing, I enjoy. The only hard thing for me is the balance between this 2 jobs and my family. But
I definitely feel you. It's the same thing with me, trying to balance between work at home and other stuff that goes on. And I mean, we're all human,
right? But I'm getting there. Like I just have to find a better way to balance it. That's all.
Yeah. But no. When you mentioned about Snap-on, I gotta say, this right here killed me for Snap-on.
Is that Snap-on?
Yeah, it's a Snap-on ratchet. And the only thing is, somebody sawed it in half and they won't warranty it.
Everyday Fleet Tech. Yes, you can jump on. Drop your email there. Or actually, you could even email me on Instagram also.
Yeah, no, I quite literally brought it in there within a month after that, because I had somebody actually break into my shop and actually ended up stealing my toolbox.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, ended up stealing it, and I actually ended up finding it at a place that they were actually trying to sell
it. Shit. Hold on, sorry. Yes, everyday Instagram. I'm on there right now, so just I'm gonna send this out real quick, and I'll have one more beer. Sending it. Let's see what we got here. Every day Fleet Tech's probably fucking hammer drunk, angry. Fucking people say that he's so salty. They gotta go check their blood pressure.
Wow.
I'll be driving, so you won't see me. Oh, fucking A, man.
To be honest with you, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's my thought on it.
Yeah, I think, I'm like with my channel, how I am right now, I don't chime in on this shit. I just
Yeah, I try to stay out of it too.
I get it. I definitely get it, but
Yeah, I get it, but I don't want to be a statistic part of it.
me again, Dave. Again, see ya, everyone. Are you leaving? Have a good night, brother. I appreciate you
Peace out.
stopping in, man. Cheers. I'm gonna grab one more beer. If Everyday actually does join us. If he doesn't, I'll just you know. Oh, here we go. We got him backstage. Everyday Fleet Tech. Let's add you to the stream there, brother.
All right, what's going on, y'all?
We
Hey,
fucking
what's going on?
Hey,
drive
I'm gonna try
tonight.
to plug my phone in and just let me know if the audio goes to total shit. If it does, I'll disconnect from my car. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I got one more beer left in me, and that's it. Just warning y'all. Y'all. The salty bastard. He has shit to say. Never would have imagined. Never would have imagined. I will say, this Milwaukee fucking brushless impact, beautiful, man.
Which gen is that?
This is actually their subcompact. It's not Gen. It's a subcompact.
I've got the Gen 3 Milwaukee Impact driver, the one that VCG was having problems with the
hex thing.
Yeah, the hex thing. Yeah, mine. I haven't tested it out and seen if it was going to give me trouble yet.
I'll tell you what, man. I've looked at that kit, like the hold on 1 second. I catch up. Dan, fuck you. All right, so getting back to that, the Gen 3, the fucking thing's a beast. It's a tank, but
oh yeah, it definitely will do some
so expensive.
do some work. But it is so expensive. I mean, all depending on where you get it from. Mine was actually fairly pretty cheap. I got it at a farm and fleet store.
Well, so I bought this kit with the subcompact, this and the drill, and it was, I think $200 actually.
Yeah, mine I think was like 100 and.
But
I think it was if it was in the hundreds or if it was in just straight 200 or something like that. But mine was a bare tool.
Then I bought the Surge bare tool because I work in apartments and stuff, and to be honest with you, the fucking hammering does.
Oh yeah, no, that no, and trust me, that gets to me with this thing.
So I can live with the Surge with what I do.
Yeah, that surge to me is top notch.
I just bought the 12-volt Surge also. So I'm gonna be testing that out. I don't know if I do head to head.
I do a head to head. See what
12-volt versus hold on, Everyday Fleet Tech. I'm gonna add him again here. See what he's got to add to the conversation.
Is that any better? Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, I can fucking hear you.
Okay, just my Bluetooth. It's not wanting to cooperate, so I'm actually just now leaving work.
God damn, man.
Struggle's real,
Yeah, struggle is real.
Yes, it is.
but the thing that I'm pissed off about is I said the other night how uh, my Harbor Freight cart was starting to act up and give me trouble. It
Yeah,
is officially dead.
you said shit the bed.
It totally shit the bed tonight. Kind of pissy about it.
What is it?
I don't blame you, man. I mean, because I do remember watching the video. You said seems solid. A lot of guys have suggested it. I'm gonna run it, and
Yep, it died.
didn't even make it a year, did it?
No, it was a year. It was a
Oh,
little
well,
over a year actually, but still, that's with me putting up with bullshit. I
I,
shouldn't have to put up with bullshit.
I think you gotta stop beating your fucking 14-inch cock off the side of it.
You're confusing inches with centimeters again.
I don't know how to read a tape measure.
Uh, but yeah,
Oh,
I will say 100% for a fact now that Harbor Freight tool carts are no go.
And actually, like you said, Pittsburgh stuff's banned where you work, right?
Not at my particular job, but yes, many businesses around. Like, people don't realize how large of an enterprise goes on behind the scenes at airports, especially an airport the size of Atlanta.
How much drugs come through there?
More than I can talk about.
oh wow.
Can you get me
But
any?
there are things in place that, trust me, a lot of it is intercepted. And
By
a lot of people go to prison.
everyday fleet tax on 90% of it. I'm just fucking. I will have to say we had a wonderful conversation last night. That was probably one of the best things I was ever involved in on YouTube.
That had to have been one of the best live streams I think I've seen in my life.
Yes.
I had a ball with it. It was fun. I
It
like getting a lot of different people on.
it was
And
respectful, it was productive, it was provocative.
Yeah, it had all three.
And that's why I was selling junk from work earlier. You know, when Data Tools come on, everybody, I saw several people in the chats, they were egging me on to go off. And I'm going, no, I'm a salty bastard. But if somebody's man enough to come face to face with me and say, let's have a discussion,
Fucking A
I'd
right.
rather have that.
No.
I will not get irate. I will not get pissed off. I'm not one to name call. If you come at me with why you believe what you are saying is factual and you have some form of evidence behind it, I respect the shit out of that, and I love debates. I will debate all day long.
The bear last night, I mean, I do enjoy his tool reviews. I know he's not professional, but I think he does a good, honest review. But the fact that he fucking was like, fucking, yes, bring me in. Let's have this conversation. And you guys had a great discussion about it. That was phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, I would like to have more discussions like that on YouTube. Like, way more.
I don't know if
That's
you'll
how
get
people
it.
learn.
I know, but I don't think you'll get it.
Unfortunately, drama creates views. People want me to go off. People liked it when Hard Knocks Forge got snippy with Justin Dow.
Dow, he ran.
Yeah, that was a pretty scary sight. I was a little bit frightened.
But I mean, people, they like that for some reason. Even though I'm a short bastard, I quit being 12 a long damn time ago. So drama doesn't get me off. I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, Jerry Springer died a long time ago.
Oh God, yeah. But yeah, I mean, as far as the whole icon tool thing, if y'all remember, and you were around the whole tool community thing for a while, get the fuck out of my way. Sorry, I get road rage.
Salty bastard.
But if y'all were around the YouTube tool community for a while, Carlisle, they were, I mean, just the hot topic. Oh God, every YouTube channel, they were just honking down on them.
Oh yeah,
it was Gear Wrench. And there's always somebody out there comparing themselves to Snap-on or Mac or something like that. But at the end of the day, their sales start to get stagnant. They start to flatline. More people forget about them. They start passing away. Here, Snap-on, with all of its flaws, I'm by far a fanboy, but through all of its flaws, they're still standing. How many of these other companies have come and gone? Snap-on's still here.
Yep.
And you can't say it's because the fanboys, because, I mean, there was no YouTube, so there really wasn't very many fanboys.
The fucking shit works. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, if the shit works, then it works.
And here's the thing, and here's, in all honesty, the same reason why I'm not going to go and buy another Harbor Freight card. Yes, I paid a couple $100 for it, and it lasts me almost 2 years actually. So sure, if you do the math, hey, $200 or $100 a year or $125 a year, that's not bad. But I did the same thing with my toolbox, and it got to the point I was killing one a year, and I'm dropping, $200 a year, and I'm thinking to myself, if I just buy Snap-on, I'm done.
Yeah, done set.
Management, I have another 20 years of turning wrenches in me. I don't want to keep buying tool cards. I don't want to keep upping stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, nobody wants to do that.
Buy it, be done.
I just want to say RC Toolsmith said, I think the same thing happened when Hercules came out and Bauer came out. I could not give two shits about those two lineups.
Yeah, those two lineups to me were just. You might as well just say it was an off brand of DeWalt or an off brand of something. It was an off brand of something. There was no
off brand of DeWalt. I'll put it to you this way. One of our guys at a different location, he went out and he went on a shopping spree at Harbor Freight when YouTube was just pounding down on Pittsburgh, okay? I went to help him out. He had a job kicking his ass, and I needed to borrow his half-inch drive impact. He had the newest Earthquake that they just compared all over Snap-on. It's the greatest thing ever. That thing was such a pile of shit. I threw it in hydraulic press, crushed it, took him over to Sears and bought him an Ingersoll Rand out of my pocket. I tell you, don't you ever fucking buy something like that again.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. No, I gotta say,
that thing is horrid.
Yeah, I gotta say, Ingersoll Rand has some pretty dang sweet shit.
As far as air tools, that's all I'll buy.
Yeah, that's all I look at for Ingersoll Rand is air tools. Their battery stuff, I have never tested it, never used it, but I don't want to go any further into it. I just like the air stuff.
I'm getting ready to make a video here in the next couple of days about, several things, but it's going to be several videos. But that's one of the topics is air tools dead? And the other thing that's just driving me insane all over YouTube, and it has forever, every time somebody comes out with a new tool, Milwaukee, they got a new brushless line, or Snap-on, they're going brushless. All these people are talking about trading their shit in to buy this brushless.
Fuck off.
If your stuff works, why are you going into debt?
Yeah, why do it?
Pretty and shiny. But fuck
Yeah.
off. The end game is to retire. Put that money away.
That's that fucking
Yeah.
tool broke, man. People like to be tool broke.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. I'm over
Yeah,
here in a tool car trying
make
to figure out a way I can
yeah.
hustle my way into a used car. Because I
Yeah,
don't want to buy a new one.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to me either. I mean I buy stuff off the Mako truck, but I buy what I just need off the Mako truck. I don't go overboard and buy stuff I don't need off the Mako truck and cause a debt, situation in a way. It's just
Absolutely. And see,
it
like
makes no
when I
sense.
got in with my Mac dealer several years ago, he's a good, super nice guy, second generation Mac dealer. He took over the business from his father. Long guy. Really good guy. But I got in the truck and I shook his hand and I told him, I will never owe you more than $1,000. He laughed
Yeah,
and said, yeah, everybody says that. I told him, no, that's my morals. I will never owe you $1,000.
Yeah, that
Every time
is
I show up on his truck, he tells all the people on there, y'all need to be like him. He told me he was never going to owe more than $1,000. He's never even come close to it.
Yeah. No, I say the same exact thing. I've never gone over quite literally $900 just in tools.
Well,
I've kept mine really low. I don't want to go way high and then end up going, okay, I can't afford it. Now I'm into a debt situation. Same thing with Mac. I just had two things replaced and warranted because they broke. One was a screwdriver and one was this hose pick.
Well, fucking, my best example is, like I was telling you earlier, Josh. I bought a Ryobi tile saw, $150 8 years ago. I've made tens of thousands of dollars off of that fucking tile saw because I can lay tile well.
Yeah.
And the saw still fucking works.
Yeah, that too. If you can make money off of the stuff that you buy, then by all means, then yeah, you're ahead in a way.
Go buy the rigid fucking $800,000 fucking saw, or work with what you got. Tile's not hard to cut. You just gotta go slow and steady.
Yeah.
And you gotta be good at
My
laying.
thing is, I love everyone's excuse when I call them out for upgrading other tools.
All right, fucking call me out, brother.
They work faster. The faster you work, the more money you make.
Fuck that. If it works, it works.
Going from a brush tool to a brushless tool, you are that much more efficient that you can tell.
Nope.
I call bullshit on that all day long.
Not at all. Maybe I can say maybe in a very few applications where that would actually apply, but other than that, fuck off. That's a fucking excuse to buy a new tool.
Yeah, that I gotta say too, because to be honest with you, my wife's stepdad has been using 18-volt DeWalt tools for a very long time. He goes, I have no reason to go to 20 volt at all. It works for what I need it to work for, and he goes, I don't need to update anything further if it works for me and what I'm doing.
I just want to say, Client Graphics is in the house. Hard Knocks Forge is in the house. And Belkit says if time is money, then you're not worried about quality.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, I'm sorry. I'm at my exit off ramp. There's already a LEO on scene, but looks like a drunk went down the wrong side of the road, and there are a couple rides just.
Oh,
jeez.
What a fucking prick. Well, I'm cracking my last beer of the night.
I'm drinking my last coffee of the night.
I've been drinking since 10 a.m. So,
yeah, I know you were messaging me at the game.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm here right now, but I am here. Because I've also had some mixed drinks and harder stuff as well. But I'm here.
Yep. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vehicles.
That must have been.
Oh, jeez.
Chipper Jones must be out. Because picking people up out of the snowstorm.
And he was the hero that year. I was stuck on the interstate till 5 in the morning.
Yeah, oh yeah, my cousin lives down there, and he was in that. Yeah, Chipper Jones is fucking picking people up, taking them out. Hard Knocks Ford says, do they not have beer delivery services there, TmM? No, I live in fucking Pittsburgh. Maybe they do, but I'm just too fucking stupid to understand how to order beer. I have a ton of beer in the fridge.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it either. We have a ton of liquor stores around here, so I have no idea.
But I'm just done after this. Client Graphics says 18, 20 volt, and 24 volt are all the same thing when they use the same cells. It's like marketing numbers. That's how I see it. It's true.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's true in a way, but like what my wife's stepdad would say, if you don't need to go into a higher platform or you don't need to sell off what you have to get better tools and they still work even though you've used them for 20, 30 years and they're still running, why it doesn't make sense to go into a debt situation just to have newer tools when your tools already work.
The
majority of my tools I bought from the early 2000s when I really got into the trade professionally. They work fine.
Yeah, if they still work, I mean, they still work. There's no need to keep updating. And I've seen plenty of people do it. Right as the new tools come out, I have to update right at there. And I look at them and I go, why are you just throwing your money down the trash chute?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would say between like the 18 and the 20 volts, though, you're talking about the peak voltage, and
yeah, I don't know the peak voltage on his. I know his is the older 18 volt. His is not the iCAD ones.
Well,
the updated ones.
What I'm getting at though is it's all bullshit. It's all marketing wank, and if that fucking drill works at 18 volt or 20 volt.
Yeah, I know he's been using the drill, the recip saw, and everything.
When I started buying the Snap-on cordless tools, everybody told me what a sucker I was, how they're junk, they're gonna tear up on me.
Fucking A right, they're junk.
Yeah, everybody kept going on. I'm going. I've had these things since 14.4 really started cranking out, and I haven't had an issue. Everybody's talking about, oh, you need to upgrade in Milwaukee. Why? Because worked
for what reason?
From fixtures for aircrafts, de-icers, carts, Mercedes, you name it, and it's never failed me, ever.
Pelican just
if it doesn't fail you, what's wrong with what? Why would you need to update?
Exactly.
That's why I tell people I go if you have a logical reason of why it makes sense to update, please do tell me.
Nice call.
Because to me it makes no sense.
No, it makes zero sense. Other than people refuse to go online and just say the truth. They got on the truck, they saw the pretty, they traded their shit in and got the pretty. And hey, it's their money. If that's what they choose to do, by all means do it. But stop lying to people. Just call it like it is. All
they got to do is say, "Hey, I seen it. It was shiny. It was pretty. I had to. My eyeballs caught it, and I had to have it," or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, people don't want to be grown-ups anymore. They want to come up with some bullshit reasoning. Oh, well, if you upgraded this brushless, then it'll, suck you off and make you richer at work, and it's great. Bullshit.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I just don't get.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't make any sense. I even had a video about some tool stuff that I've had ever since I was really young, and it still works to this day. I still own this Craftsman drill driver.
Oh yeah.
I still own it, and it still works. And I tell people, I go, why would I need to go in and find a different drill driver if the drill driver still works?
Did I?
Absolutely. No reason for it.
Yeah, there's no reason for it other than if people got money to fling around and throw around and toss around in the trash can. Well, that's fully up to you.
You're partially right. People have credit to throw around and throw in the trash can.
Yeah, me, unfortunately, I don't have credit. Never got a credit card, never done any of that because I wanted to keep myself in a straight out of debt.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck
like
that
say,
in the face. Fucking spurge on it, spooge, splooge.
but my thing is, and realistically, this is why I haven't been making tool videos for a while. I'm not buying tools. I have everything I need to do my job and then some. I don't have it, and so once I'm done paying off my toolbox, I want to be tool debt free. I do not. My goal is this time next year to not owe any tool company a dime, and not.
No one wants to be tool
for
broke.
the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same for here. I'm hoping at the end of this year I can have all my stuff already paid off and done, and then I'm pretty much going to call it quits pretty much on the tool truck. And if I need something, I can go to the store and pick it up, and I don't need to buy a really expensive thing.
I'm very happy that I don't have a tool truck.
It's a couple $100 a month. I don't have to make a payment on.
Yeah,
same. 401k.
Yeah, same here. I can throw that into my first kids on the way next year.
Very nice. Good for you. Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Billy the Mechanic 82, how's it going?
Oh shit.
Yeah, no. It doesn't make any sense to me because I've told people, I said even when I was young, I didn't buy anything off the tool truck. I went to the store and bought stuff and was perfectly happy with it. And I've, never looked at it and go, oh, a tow truck. I need to buy off of them. I don't, there's other option things than going and spending thousands and thousands of dollars on tools when you don't need to put yourself into that kind of debt. Like me, I just picked up these swivel sockets at a pawn shop for dollars on a deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I mean,
what is
pawn shops?
Yeah.
What is wafting his farts? What does that mean? Wafting his farts.
He's smelling them.
I just hear two crickets.
He's wafting it in.
I don't buy that shit, but Anyways, back to the conversation at hand there.
That sounds like something Hard Knocks Forge would say.
It wasn't Hard Knocks. It was you and Doug. Hard Knocks Forge says quitting the tool truck is better on your wallet than quitting beer and cigarettes.
For some people, would have to say sometimes it could be true. I mean, I've seen people go onto the tool truck and spend countless, a lot of money, and I've even told them. I've even told them. I said, does it really make any sense when you got kids? And you got other things that you can put ahead of that, instead of spending X amount of money just on a tool truck. I mean, you can go to different places and buy different tools. Like you can go to Lowe's, or you can go to the Home Depot, or you can go to different places. You can go to Napa, you can go to other places and find that exact same tool, but not have to, buy a really expensive tool, the same exact tool.
here's one people out there that are considering buying Icon. Just remember what everybody's saying. If you break it and you take it into Harbor Freight, they're gonna mail you one. But if
Yeah,
you buy that exact same tool, if you buy that exact same tool, it'll only be blue if you just buy the Carlisle from Napa. So it'll be cheaper, and if it breaks, take it in.
Yeah,
I mean, does the Icon come with a blow job or what?
No, that's what kills me about the Icon deal. Yeah, because I don't like anything. You got to mail it in and wait for it. And
I don't mind that.
I've had too many bad experience with it.
No, I don't mind that aspect, but when you're a brick and mortar store and your return policy is walk into the store, give us the physical fucking piece, and then we'll mail it back 3 days later. Fuck off. That's fucking bullshit.
I don't like it.
At that point, bullshit. Why don't you get with Sonic Tool?
Or Tecton.
No, I mean Sonic Tool. Are y'all familiar with Sonic Tools?
I'm not.
I can't say
in Europe. They sponsor teams like Ferrari and stuff like that during the Le Mans. Huge throughout various parts of Europe, and they are available in the U.S. They actually make really slick sets for your toolboxes, and they even sell toolboxes.
Yeah, I believe I think it was the humble mechanic had a review on that.
Oh, okay, cool.
If I'm certain, I'm not 100% certain, but I know he had a box and it had the different foam inlays of the tools that he got, and I believe they were the Sonic Tool ones.
Yeah, that's how they send it to you. But
yeah, I know, and those look sweet as all get out.
If you break that tool, you text, and you're basically texting Sonic Tool, taking a picture of it broken, saying, "Hey, I got this broken." They'll say, "Oh, sorry about that," and they'll mail you one. You don't have to, sending the old one. There's no going around. They'll say, "Our bad. We're going to overnight you this tool."
So they don't have a thing where they have to send it into their warranty thing.
Nope. If you take pictures, you have that tool that is broken, they ask you to throw it, overnight you a new one. No questions asked.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing I like. See, that the thing that it's the same that all these other tool trucks been, because when I had the warranty this plus the screwdriver, I had to bring these back to the tool truck guy in order to get my new warranted stuff.
Yep.
That's why I wish that everybody would adopt that.
Why tool truck tools for your basic hand tools is, one, they're prominently made in the U.S. So that's jobs. Two, Stanley Black & Decker, Mac, and Snap-on, they've been around forever. They're not going anywhere.
No, I don't foresee them going anywhere.
They'll fade away.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I foresee it. I
want to be able to warranty my tool.
Yeah, no, me too. I definitely
be able to go out in 15 years and warranty their Icon, Ratchet, or their Carlisle.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah. No, I foresee it in the next X amount of years and stuff like that.
Well, boys, I think it might be that time.
Yep.
All right. Every day, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate y'all letting me on.
Love your opinions, man. I really do.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right, take care. Josh, thank you for joining me. Anyone,
no problem.
Actually, Josh, I guess you can't, but fuck, I don't know how to add your channel in here. anyone who's not subscribed to Josh Albertson, I did a shout out video a couple weeks ago. You can check him out on there if you can type in fucking his channel.
You can also find me on Instagram.
And Instagram. That is correct.
Instagram too. Yeah.
So I appreciate you joining me. This was a lot of fun tonight having you on.
Yeah, this was actually a lot of fun for me too.
Very productive.
I've never been on a live chat thing on YouTube.
I think it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Have a fucking great day tomorrow. Have a great work week. And
oh yeah, no, trust me, my work week hasn't even started. I've got so many jobs going on this week. It's going to be hectic. I'm hoping the weather will let up. I'm hoping it doesn't snow until at least December.
Yeah, that snow fucking thing's a curse, right?
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. It's been a fun time, brother.
Oh yeah, no problem. We will definitely have to do this again.
Oh hell yeah! I'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, we definitely gotta hit up with the other guys.
All right, sounds good, man. Later. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. We had a hell of a live stream tonight, I think. And catch you guys on the next one. Have a great week.